Iran, two nations whose paths have crossed in ways that have shaped global politics, two powerful nations separated by geography, culture, and ideology, yet their influence on each other is undeniable. Their histories have been intertwined for decades, marked by periods of cooperation and conflict. Diplomatic efforts have often been overshadowed by moments of intense rivalry. In the crucible of the Middle East, their armed forces stand poised as potential adversaries, their advanced weaponry a constant reminder of the high stakes at play. The region remains a flashpoint for potential military engagement. From the hostage crisis of 1979 to the ongoing tensions over Iran's nuclear program, the relationship between Washington and Tehran has been fraught with mistrust and animosity, each event adding layers of complexity to their interactions. Military buildups on both sides have only heightened the risk of miscalculation or escalation. The potential for conflict looms large, with each side wary of the other's next move. Understanding the military capabilities of both nations is crucial for comprehending the complex dynamics at play in the region. Their military strategies and assets are key to predicting future interactions. In the following sections, we will delve into the air and naval forces of the United States and Iran, analyzing their strengths, weaknesses, and potential for both conflict and cooperation in the years to come. This analysis will provide a clearer picture of what the future might hold for these two powerful nations. Born out of the ashes of the Shah's once mighty Air Force, the Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force, or IRIAF, has faced decades of sanctions and embargoes that have significantly impacted its operational capabilities. These sanctions have made it incredibly challenging for Iran to procure new aircraft and spare parts, forcing the IRIAF to become resourceful in maintaining its fleet. Despite these challenges, Iran has striven to maintain and modernize its aging fleet of American-made fighters acquired before the 1979 revolution. The IRIAF has had to rely heavily on ingenuity and reverse engineering to keep these aircraft operational. The backbone of the IRIAF consists of aging but still capable F-4 Phantom and F-5 Tiger II fighters. These aircraft, while veterans of countless sorties, are limited in their capabilities compared to their modern counterparts. The IRIAF has had to adapt and innovate to extend the service life of these aging jets. To supplement these Cold War-era workhorses, Iran has turned to indigenous production and limited purchases from Russia and China. This strategy has allowed Iran to introduce newer models into its fleet, albeit in limited numbers. The Saigeh, a domestically produced fighter based on the F-5 design, is one such example of Iran's efforts to develop its own aerospace capabilities. Additionally, the MiG-29 Fulcrum, acquired from Russia, represents Iran's efforts to bolster its air defenses and enhance its aerial combat capabilities. However, the IRIAF's ability to project power beyond its borders remains limited. The range and endurance of its aircraft are constrained, making long-range missions challenging. A lack of advanced precision-guided munitions and sophisticated electronic warfare capabilities hampers its effectiveness against modern adversaries. Despite these limitations, the IRIAF continues to train rigorously and adapt to new challenges, striving to defend Iran's airspace with the resources at its disposal. In contrast to Iran's aging Air Force, the United States Air Force, or USAF, stands as the world's preeminent air power. With a vast inventory of advanced fighter jets, bombers, and support aircraft, the USAF possesses unmatched global reach and destructive potential. At the forefront of American air power are the stealthy F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II. These fifth-generation fighters combine stealth technology, advanced sensors, and unparalleled situational awareness to dominate the skies. The USAF's long-range strike capabilities are equally formidable. The B-2 Spirit, a stealth bomber capable of penetrating even the most sophisticated air defenses, can deliver both conventional and nuclear payloads. Furthermore, the USAF benefits from a robust network of satellites, command and control centers, and aerial refueling tankers, allowing it to conduct sustained air operations anywhere in the world. In a hypothetical air war between Iran and the United States, the USAF would hold a decisive advantage. The technological superiority of American fighter jets, combined with their superior training and experience, would likely prove overwhelming for the IRIAF. Iran's aging F-4S and MiG-29S would struggle to contend with the stealth and maneuverability of the F-22 and F-35. The USAF's advanced electronic warfare capabilities would further degrade Iran's ability to detect and engage American aircraft. Moreover, the USAF's ability to strike from long range, coupled with its vast arsenal of precision-guided munitions, would allow it to cripple Iran's air defenses and key infrastructure with minimal risk to American pilots. While the IRIAF would undoubtedly put up a spirited defense, its limited capabilities and outdated equipment would make it difficult to achieve air superiority against the might of the USAF. Section 5. Beneath the Waves, Iran's Asymmetrical Naval Strategy. This strategy is a critical component of Iran's broader defense doctrine, designed to counterbalance the overwhelming naval superiority of the United States and its allies in the region. While outmatched in the air, Iran has adopted an asymmetrical approach to naval warfare, focusing on denying the U.S. Navy freedom of navigation in the Persian Gulf. This approach leverages Iran's geographical advantages and its ability to deploy a variety of unconventional tactics. Iran's naval strategy centers around swarm tactics, coastal defenses, and the threat of mines. These tactics are designed to overwhelm and confuse larger, more technologically advanced naval forces. Iran possesses a large fleet of small, fast attack craft armed with anti-ship missiles. These vessels are highly maneuverable and can operate in the shallow waters of the Persian Gulf, making them difficult targets for larger ships. These vessels, while individually vulnerable, could pose a significant threat to larger warships if deployed in large numbers. The sheer volume of these small boats can create a formidable challenge for any naval force attempting to navigate the Gulf. Furthermore, Iran has heavily fortified its coastline with anti-ship missiles, rocket launchers, and torpedo batteries. These installations are strategically placed to maximize their effectiveness against any approaching naval force. These defenses, coupled with minefields and submarines, would make it extremely risky for the U.S. Navy to operate close to Iranian shores. The presence of naval mines adds another layer of complexity, forcing enemy ships to navigate carefully or risk severe damage. Iran's submarine force, while small, could potentially disrupt maritime traffic in the Strait of Hormuz, a vital choke point for global oil supplies. Even a limited submarine presence can create significant uncertainty and risk for commercial and military vessels alike, highlighting the strategic importance of Iran's naval capabilities. Section 6. American Sea Power Ruling the Waves. The United States Navy stands as the world's most powerful maritime force, capable of projecting power across the globe. With a fleet of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, cruisers, destroyers, and submarines, the USN is a formidable force. The crown jewels of the USN are its Nimitz-class and Ford-class aircraft carriers. These floating airbases can deploy dozens of fighter jets, bombers, and support aircraft, providing the U.S. with unparalleled power projection capabilities. The USN also possesses a sophisticated network of cruisers, destroyers, and submarines equipped with advanced anti-ship missiles, torpedoes, and air defense systems. These vessels provide a formidable escort for carrier strike groups and can conduct independent operations. Section 7. The Carrier Gap. A decisive advantage for the U.S. Navy. In a naval confrontation, the USN's aircraft carriers would give it a decisive advantage over Iran's Navy. The carrier air wings would be able to strike Iranian naval and coastal targets from beyond the range of Iran's defenses. Iran's reliance on small, fast attack craft and coastal defenses would be largely ineffective against the USN's carrier air power and long-range strike capabilities. The USN's submarines would further complicate Iran's maritime operations, hunting down Iranian warships and submarines. While Iran's asymmetrical tactics could inflict some losses on the USN, they would be unlikely to prevent the U.S. Navy from achieving its objectives. Section 8. Flashpoints and Future Considerations. The Strait of Hormuz and Beyond. The Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway at the mouth of the Persian Gulf, represents a potential flashpoint for conflict between the U.S. and Iran. Iran has threatened to close the strait in response to U.S. military action or sanctions. A closure of the Strait of Hormuz would have severe consequences for the global economy, as it is a vital transit route for oil tankers. The U.S. Navy would likely attempt to keep the strait open, potentially leading to a direct military confrontation with Iran. Beyond the Strait of Hormuz, the US and Iran could find themselves in conflict in other parts of the Middle East, such as Syria, Iraq, or Yemen, where both countries have competing interests. Section 9. Seeking stability, the importance of dialogue and diplomacy. While the military capabilities of the US and Iran are significant, it is important to remember that war is not inevitable. Dialogue, diplomacy, and a commitment to peaceful resolution of differences remain the most effective means of ensuring stability in the region. Both the US and Iran have expressed a desire to avoid conflict. Continued diplomatic engagement, confidence-building measures, and a willingness to address each other's concerns are essential for preventing miscalculation and escalation. The international community also has a role to play in promoting dialogue and reducing tensions between the US and Iran. By encouraging diplomacy and fostering a climate of mutual respect, the world can help to avert a potentially catastrophic conflict.